What's up, guys? Pat here in the nasty old garage. Humble beginnings, but this thing is going to be really cool as we progress. And of course, in here, while we're doing this, we're going to be V8 swapping this Chevy Blazer. So this is a 02 two-wheel drive, two-door Chevy Blazer that I picked up for $500. So far, we went through and we tried to make the thing run.
Yes, sir. She runs.
Say, hot dog diggity dog.
Hot dog diggity dog.
So yeah, I have got the 4.3 liter out. I have video of it running, and I have listed it on Facebook Marketplace. And so far, I have been met with just nothing but some daggum yahoos. So part of this is venting about trying to sell this stupid motor, and the other part is venting about how disorganized I was. Now you can see that these wrenches are in some places, but of course I wound up having sockets just laying around everywhere. Wound up, you can see a ratchet just kind of sticking out of that mess over there. And yeah, just a general daggum mess. Then of course, here is my toolbox. Now I've got a really nice toolbox in the house. This one right here is just a beater box. It belonged to somebody that was pretty cool. His wife, well actually his widow actually wanted to sell me the toolbox. So I went ahead and bought the toolbox, and I've got it as a keepsake from my friend. But as you can see, it's just a daggum mess. I've got nothing organized here. So we're going to go and see if Harbor Freight can save my toolbox. Facebook Marketplace. Let's turn this hat around backwards so I can speed through this. Of course, I listed this motor on Facebook Marketplace, and I have gotten nothing and absolutely nowhere with any of the guys that I've talked to. So one of the first guys, as soon as I listed it, one of the first guys hit me up, and he's like, hey, would you take X amount of dollars? And I'm like, that's only 10% less than asking. Yeah, sure enough. So I typed it back, yes, I'll take that. And he comes at me, and he says, okay, I'll let you know when I have the money. Dude, I thought that making an offer on something, I thought that having the money would be a prerequisite for making an offer. Dude, you're just a freaking tire kicker. Run along. So then you get the rest of the people. Yes, is this available? Yes, is this available? Yes, is this still available? And I guess they're just fat fingering it or something. It's an automated response. But yeah, you get about 10 or 12 of those. Then I had 3 guys trying to work me over. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I've had 3 guys trying to work me over on this thing. So I'm asking $500 for this motor. You got to start a little high because people on Facebook Marketplace always want to drag you down. So to get anything near what you want, you have to start a little high. So dude comes to me and he says, hey man, would you take 300? And I said, no, I'm not taking 300. And he says, well, what would you take? I said, let's get closer to that $500 figure. That's what I want. He comes back and he says, well, I don't know you and I can't trust you. All right. So the first part of negotiation is to insult the seller. That's great. I hope that worked on prom night. Anyway, the guy comes back and he's like, man, seriously, I can't trust you. And I said, I've got video of the motor running. I made a video of the motor running on purpose. And he says, well, I don't think you, I think what you did was made that video and blew it up and now it's rod knocking and you're trying to sell me a blown up motor. Dude, that's not what I'm trying to do. And he's like, I won't offer any more than X amount, and that's it. Not a penny more, not a penny more. Like, okay. Then he comes back and he says, I found one for $275, but I have to go to the junkyard and pull it. My first thought was, does the junkyard have video of it running? So I just told him to have a great day, enjoy his weekend, or good luck, have a wonderful weekend or something. Immediately, I remember this from when I used to be on Craigslist. Immediately, this guy comes in. And he hits me up, and he hits me with a really low offer, and he says, that's a lot of miles. And it reminded me, literally, when I used to list something on Craigslist, I would get one guy that would try to lowball me, and another guy that would run right in behind him with an insult and an even lower offer. So I said, yeah, I bet I know what this is. So I just played hardball with that guy. And I said, yeah, I'll take $450. You know, $450's bottom dollar. And he's like, nope, can't do it. So have a nice weekend. Well, then here comes a third guy. The third guy says that, hey, my son is the first guy that approached you, and I wanted to let you know that I can do the $450. The reason that I think the second guy is in there is because that was the guy, what I told him my bottom dollar was $450. So the second insult guy, the wingman there. Then here comes the father knowing that I would take $450. I thought that was pretty wild. So anyway, I was like, dude, I'll take the $450. Y'all just come get the motor. They left me on red. Oh yeah, so much room for activities now. I am digging it. This garage had been a catch-all for lots of years. I got 20 by 40 here, which is 800 square feet. And this thing was full of about 2,000 square feet of junk. So you can see I'm making some progress. I've got Goldie's nose back down on the ground. The rear end's up. I'm about to drop the gas tank, do a new sending unit, fuel pump, and then I'm going to run my new fuel lines all the way to the front. And we're getting ready for the LS. I still don't have an engine yet, so hopefully that finds me soon. We got Dirty Dingo LS swap motor mounts for the raised purchase. We've got the Hooker airbox there because I'm going to run air conditioning and everything else. But of course, let's get back to it. I guess that escalated rather quickly. I was originally just going to go down and try to find some organization for the Craftsman Toolbox. But there were problems with that. I had this Mac side box right here. That Mac side box was hanging on the side of that one. Problem is, once I started getting this toolbox loaded up with enough weight that the drawers were really hard to pull. They were just really inferior drawers. So when I started trying to lighten that up, this box hanging off the side of it started wanting to tug the whole thing over. So I had just wound up with, going to Harbor Freight and picking up a new box. So this box, I'm still not done organizing it yet, but holy crap, do I not just have a bunch of good organization. So when I went to Harbor Freight the first time, I went and grabbed those. Wanted these because basically out here in this garage, dirt daubers like to put nests inside of little round holes. So what my hope was is that this stop coming up through the top of those will keep the dirt daubers out of it. Of course, I just need to be out here working so much that they can't do it. Got me a good pair of mechanics gloves. Got all sorts of special sockets. When it comes to doing spark plugs, I love to have these swivels on there and multiple different ones. I got some with inserts, some without inserts, and the like. So then we open it up. Still looking for some something to keep this from all turning into a jungle. Now, here is a beautiful thing here. Pretty sure I got that from Sears some time ago. But I've got everywhere from the little ignition wrenches all the way up to the larger size. And then a wrench that I've known where it's been for about 30 plus years. My stepdad, he passed away a couple of years back. He would probably still be mad if he knew that this tool wasn't in his toolbox. But I went ahead and kept that in my toolbox just for sentimental reasons. But we got our gear wrenches. We've got our floppy gear wrenches. We've got our micro gear wrenches. We have got it going on here. Got my Klein and SK screwdrivers. Got some of these from back when I was doing the industrial refrigeration work. Got some various boxes, tap and dies. I've got some metric Allens, some extractors, some other stuff. This is just kind of a flex drawer that stuff will probably wind up going. I think I'm going to get a top box. Then we've got all of our air tools and all of those other things here. And I have got something that I wanted several years ago. That's a Jesse James socket and wrench kit. It's actually pretty cool. So here's the evidence sticker that's on there. I'm going to cover it up. I don't want to dox the guy. He is a non-violent offender, and he's actually a pretty cool dude. So yeah, here is proof that the feds, just because they can, because, I mean, quite frankly, his non-violent offense, I don't understand why they would bring the toolbox in as evidence, but the feds will break the daggum latches off of it. I've heard it from other people too. It's not just this guy being spiteful. I heard another guy had some guns that were taken, and quite frankly, they took all of his guns, and he says, I had gun cases. I don't know why they just had to pile them all on top of each other. He said, once I was cleared, all my guns were scratched. So I've heard it from more than one. So this immaculate, like, why can I not say immaculate? This immaculate little tool set. You can see it's unused, unscratched. It's actually pretty cool. It's like this black chrome kind of deal. I just got it because I thought it would be cool just to put up one day. Like maybe, you know, some kind of special tool set that once I finish a project, maybe that'll be the last thing that touches it. But yeah, man, just don't get in trouble with the feds because they'll break the daggum latches off your crap. So we got vice grips. We got some big C-clamps. Got some of my air conditioning stuff. Allen's keys. I'm going to try to figure out a way to get those more organized. We got adjustable wrenches, punches. And again, I'm probably going to wind up getting a top box because these are sharing a drawer. I'd like to be able to get everything into its own drawer. Got pliers like crazy. I'd definitely like to get another drawer to get those sorted out. Then I've got my slip joints. All of these right here. I've got some of my electrical stuff. That stuff had sat and rusted a little bit. Those need to be cleaned up. But then there's a funny story right here. Somewhere around 20 years ago, I was accused of stealing these pliers. And then several years later, I wound up with a toolbox. That fella's toolbox. Well, anyway, when I was transporting that toolbox, I could hear clunk, 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 clunk. Well, those, I was accused of stealing those when they had simply just slid out the back of the drawer into the other toolbox. So yeah, man, I'm definitely liking this. I originally went to go spend maybe about $80, and this happened. So now I have actually got keys to my toolbox, which is cool. I should probably take these 4 keys that fit this toolbox. I should probably take them and put them someplace safe so that I can lose them again. But all right, guys. Yeah, definitely liking it. This box wound up just turning into a support box. Yeah, I've got my DeWalt stuff in there, and I've got my DeWalt batteries and all of that good stuff. And that charger's wanting to hit there, so I need to find a new home for the charger. And yeah, anyway, turning into a hassle. So yeah, I still have my buddy's toolbox, but we've stepped up to this. And then they even had a little magnetic can. I want to say this pan was like $5, and it matches the box. So I just went ahead and went with that. But yeah, man, we have got this going on. Got some extra wrenches sitting up here. That leaves another argument for a top box. Got some impact stuff that is laying out on top. So yet another argument for a top box. Anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I am very rapidly moving on toward 500 subscribers. That excites me. We'll see you next video. I love you. I think I kind of like my toolbox.